This is Ian Cameron for Sportsbook Review with your MLB play of the day for Friday, April the 7th, a 4-1 80% start to the season with play of the day recommendations. Hey, I'll take 4-1 every 5 plays every single day of the week, especially in a sport like baseball. We'll see if we can keep it going on Friday, April 7th. We cashed an over with Philly and Cincinnati with the most recent play of the day. I'm going to look for another high-scoring game on Friday's card that I think can get its way over the total. And I'm going to go to the Minnesota Twins Chicago White Sox game in a game that I think has the potential for runs in bunches. We've got Phil Hughes on the mound for Minnesota. He will be up against Derek Holland, the lefty, for the Chicago White Sox, who has been in Texas his whole career, now with the Chicago White Sox. And look, Derek Holland to me, at this stage of his career, is just simply not going to get any better. I mean, he's had injury problems, he's had consistency issues, he's had control issues at times, he's been hit hard at times. I mean, he's had everything that you can think of conspire against him. And at this stage of his career, I don't know if it's reasonable to expect Derek Holland to all of a sudden get better. I don't think it's going to happen. You look at the way he finished last season in September, gave up a total of 14 runs in his last 15 innings. Not very good for Derek Holland to finish the season with Texas last year. And let's not forget, he's a lefty. Minnesota Twins last year, they hit lefties pretty hard. I mean, they were near the top 10 in OPS against lefty pitching last season, and I've really liked what I've seen from this Minnesota lineup in their opening series against Kansas City. They scored 7 runs in the first game, 9 runs in the second game against Kansas City, putting up big numbers. And this offense really, I think, is going to be able to bet on Minnesota over their win total this season. And I said, even though their starting pitching is a little bit suspect, I really like some of the bats that Minnesota has in this lineup. Brian Dozier, Max Kepler can hit. I think Byron Buxton is going to be an improved hitter this year. We know Miguel Sano and the power that he has. Jason Castro is a catcher that can hit a little bit as well. Eduardo Escobar and Eddie Rosario have hit well to start the season for Minnesota. So this is a deeper lineup than they've had in the past, a deeper lineup here at Paul Molitor's disposal with this Minnesota team this season. I think they're going to be able to score some runs here off Holland. Chicago White Sox bullpen isn't anything to write home about. But on the flip side, I mean, Phil Hughes, I mean, I've said everything there is to say, I remember last year about Phil Hughes. Phil Hughes is a fringe arm, mediocre pitcher at this stage of his career. He's not a guy that I trust to get outs. He's not a guy I trust to pitch deep into ball games. You look at the way he pitched last season, of course, his season ended early back in June last year, and prior to that he was roughed up repeatedly. You look at the way he pitched in 5 of his last 8 starts down the stretch, gave up 4 runs or more. You know, the reports are that they're expecting him to be better this season, maybe a little bit healthier, but I'm going to have to see it before I believe it from Phil Hughes. Still not a guy I'm really ready to trust when he's been nothing but injury plagued, when he's been nothing but inconsistent, when he's been very, very hittable. I mean, he's had problems with home runs. He ended the year last year giving up at least 1 home run in 4 of his last 5 starts. That's not very good, and it's not very good when you're pitching in Chicago because, you know, the U.S. Cellular Field sometimes has that potential. When you're keeping balls up in the zone, to be a play. It's actually Guaranteed Rate Field now. They've changed the name of the White Sox home park. Guaranteed Rate Field. What a stupid name, huh? Guaranteed Rate Fields. You can't come up with something better than that. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. I think the White Sox should be able to do some damage here against Phil Hughes. Remember, it's a division battle. They have seen Phil Hughes in the past. This shouldn't be a pitcher that takes the White Sox by surprise. I think you've got 2 very hittable starting pitchers. You've got 2 pretty solid lineups, especially in Minnesota's case. I would have liked Minnesota in this matchup if Phil Hughes wasn't on the mound, but I think he's probably the worst pitcher on this rotation here for the Twins. So I prefer the over in this game. I think we're going to see runs in bunches, and I'm willing to bet that, willing to make it play of the day for Friday, April 7th. Let's take Minnesota and Chicago over 8.5 minus 120. The Twins and the White Sox to have some runs in bunches and some fireworks on the south side of Chicago on Friday night. Twins, White Sox, over 8.5. That will be the play of the day in Major League Baseball for Friday, April 7th. All right, that'll wrap it up. I'm Ian Cameron for Sportsbook Review. Until next time, enjoy the games and good luck.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to our channel. Now we've put a lot of work into producing all these free videos, so please help us out and keep all our content free for you forever by simply liking, sharing, commenting and subscribing. Now not to mention a visit to our industry-leading website will warm the hearts of all our SBR employees, especially myself. Now the links are over there to the left, so do check those out. Thanks for watching.